My, what unfortunate circumstances under which we must meet. Hello, my dear. My name is Dr. Sebastian Michaelis. I'll be tending to you this evening. Yes, I heard from your guardian that you must be terribly ill. Normally I don't do house calls like this, but given your symptoms, this seemed to be a case that would certainly need my immediate attention. There's no need to panic just yet. Symptoms can be misinterpreted as symptoms of various illnesses. There's no guarantee that whatever you're going through is dangerous or deadly. Can you sit up for me, dear? Very good, just like that. Now, this is going to sound rather odd, but I need you to open your mouth nice and wide. Say ah for me. Very good. And if you'll lift your head just a bit, I need to feel the sides of your neck. All right. Do you mind if I place my hand on your forehead? Very good. You do feel rather warm, dear. Now, forgive me if this sounds a bit odd, but I need to check your heart rate and breathing. Would you mind pulling the collar of your shirt down just a little bit? Yes, that's enough. This is going to be very cold. I apologize in advance, but I need to hear your heartbeat. All right. All seems to be well there. Now, can you turn around and face away from me, dear? Very good. I'm going to lift your shirt just a bit. Once again, this is going to be very cold. I apologize. Oh, terribly sorry, dear. Try to hold still now. Take a deep breath in for me. And let it out slowly. Very good. Once again, a deep breath in. Let it out slowly. All seems normal on that side. Now for the other side. Deep breath in. Out slowly. One last time, dear. Deep breath in. And exhale slowly. Marvelous, you're doing very well. Tell me, does it hurt when I do this? All right. And what about when I press against your neck like this? Does that hurt? Just a little? All right. It seems your shoulders and neck are rather stiff. Could you open your mouth for me one more time? All right. Turn your head for me, would you? I need to look inside your ears. I know it sounds gross, but it is necessary, I assure you. Oh, you keep very clean, dear. Much better than most of my other patients. I appreciate that. Let's check the other side, shall we? The same applies to this side. Very good. Oh? Does it hurt when you try to talk too much? Most odd. Now, I have a thermometer here. I'm going to see if I can get an accurate reading on your temperature, because you certainly do seem to be burning up. Open your mouth and hold this under your tongue. Oh, too cold? Here, I can hold it for you. You may keep your arms under your blankets. All right. Oh, goodness. That is a rather high fever. Not high enough to require hospitalization, but certainly high enough to prove that this isn't just a head cold. No need to panic. I'm sure it's nothing fatal. Now, why don't you get settled in a bit more? I've concluded with my physical examination of you. You might as well get comfortable. Oh, here, let me help you. Let me get you tucked in. Are you warm enough, dear? Of course, I can get you another blanket. Violent chills often come with a high fever. All of the heat is leaving your body, and that's what causes the high temperature. And of course, that leaves the rest of your body quite frigid. Do be careful not to overheat, though. I'd hate for anything else to happen to you. You seem to be a rather polite individual. Well, yes, we've only just met, but you haven't been rude as some other patients are. You've done exactly what you were told. I appreciate that. Yes, you would think that most people would be willing to do what a doctor asks when they know that it's for the purpose of a physical exam. However, there are some who are stubborn. Of course, if a doctor asks you to do something you're not comfortable with, it is within your right to ask for a purpose or to decline, but certain things, such as allowing me to look in your ears or inhaling and exhaling when I ask you to, those things should be done without much struggle, don't you think? All right, there's just one more test I would like to perform on you. Yes, it is a bit unpleasant. I'm afraid I need to do a throat swab. It's not necessarily as bad as it sounds, but it is unpleasant. I need to use this cotton swab to get a sample from the back of your throat. That will tell me if you have an illness I suspect you to have, based on your condition. Yes, there's a chance it could stimulate your gag reflex and cause you to start coughing. However, it's unlikely that you would vomit or start choking. I know it's going to be very unpleasant for you. But if this is what I think it is, you will thank me. Because if it is what I think it is, you're contagious, and you're going to continue to be in a lot of pain unless you get medication, which you can't have unless this is what I suspect it to be. All right? I promise I'll be as quick as I can. Now say ah one more time. Oh, it's all right, it's all right. You did very well. I got everything I needed. Thank you very much. Now I just put this sample into this mixture. And all that's left to do is wait. It usually takes about 5 minutes. Yes, it is rather boring to wait, but it's worth the wait. Yes, even if you don't have what I believe you may have succumbed to. If it's not this, then we can rule it out as a possibility. And if it is, I can see to it that you receive a prescription for the medication you will need. I suspect it to be strep throat. Have you heard of it? Indeed, it is highly contagious, and sometimes symptoms may lay dormant until later on during the illness. Yes, that's why your throat hurts so much. Other symptoms? A sore throat, high fever, chills of course, as with any fever, swollen lymph nodes, and yellow or white blotches at the back of the throat. That's why I needed to see inside your mouth. Indeed, it is rather grotesque. However, when you think about it, most things about the human body are quite grotesque, don't you think? Vaccines are injections of dead viruses. Exercise is literally burning your body. The human body is both grotesque and fascinating, isn't it? Yes, that is one of the reasons why I became a doctor. The other? I believe it is my purpose in life to serve others in one way or another. And medicine seemed to be the best way to do so. I get to work with others, I get to work for others, in order to make them well again, to make their family members well again. It's rather marvelous, don't you think? Oh no, certainly not. Doctors are not gods. We do not decide who lives or who dies. We simply aid others in keeping death at bay. That's all there is to it. Yes, there are those who have god complexes. Rather unfortunate for them, don't you think? What I mean by that is, when they have patients who die, or if they misdiagnose someone, it brings them back to reality with a crushing blow. It's rather devastating to watch, although at least it humbles them some. Is that so? I do try to be humble, although I have my moments. Indeed I do. Then again, isn't that just part of being human? When we're good at one thing, we often inflate our own ego. We begin to think, could we possibly be the best? Like no one ever was. Sometimes that is true. More often than not, however, that is not the case. And someone or something has to bring us back to reality and make us humble again. Oh, the results are ready? Oh dear. Poor thing, it does seem that you have strep throat. However, this is also good news. It means that we know what you have and we know exactly how to treat it. I'll speak with your guardian and write you a prescription. You'll be feeling better in no time. And if you don't, why on earth would you not feel better? I would certainly hope I didn't misdiagnose you. However, if that were the case, I'm afraid I would have to come back and you would be forced to suffer through more of my charming personality. Good to see that with illness you don't lose your sense of humor. I'll go speak with your guardian. You get some rest. And do take care of yourself, dear. You are in quite incredible health. You ought not to lose that quality about yourself. It could be the difference between life and death for you one day. Take care now.